High cholesterol? Here's a pill. If you've ever had this experience, you're not alone. This is what most doctors do, never addressing why the cholesterol is abnormal in the first place. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Klotis, cardiologist and founder of Step One Foods. The truth is that conditions like high cholesterol are not caused by deficiency of Lipitor. High cholesterol is caused by deficiency of the right foods. I am a practicing cardiologist. I trained at some of the finest medical institutions in the world, including Mayo Clinic and Johns Hopkins, and have been repeatedly recognized for great patient care. But what I really want to achieve professionally is to put myself out of work. Because here's the truth. 80% of heart disease need not exist. I should be out of a job. Unfortunately, cardiologists have endless job security. And that's because we're treating the wrong thing. My waiting room never seemed to change, full of patients whose numbers I had made perfect through perfect combinations of medications, but who still looked sick and felt terrible. In fact, many of them were telling me that all the drugs I had put them on were making them feel worse. No cures, just a never-ending revolving door of follow-up visits. This is not why I went to medical school. Yet no one seemed to be doing anything about this or even acknowledging this reality. So I became obsessed with finding a better solution. Ultimately, starting a company that formulates foods to help lower cholesterol, backed by pharmaceutical-level science. But let me be clear. I did not go to medical school to start a food company. I ended up here because I wanted to truly help my patients, and because no one was solving the problem I was seeing. Not in medical training, not in the pharmaceutical industry, and certainly not in the food industry. Here's another truth. There may be 30,000 food items in the average grocery store, but none of them has been subjected to any real scientific scrutiny. They bear all sorts of check marks and heart symbols, but that tells only part of the story. For example, a cereal might contain fiber and boldly tout the ability of this nutrient to lower cholesterol. But the fine print reveals that a serving of the cereal also delivers the added sugar equivalent of 3 cookies. Any positive health effect of the fiber is completely negated. But how is the average consumer supposed to know this? They're not. They're just supposed to like the taste and feel good about buying that cereal. My patients may have been trying to eat better, but they were getting duped. 2 decades ago, the National Institutes of Health cholesterol management guidelines mandated that changing diet should be tried for 3 months as the first step in treating high cholesterol before putting anyone on drugs. Yet my peers have always been and still are skeptical that a food-based solution can even work. Part of the problem is our education. It took more than 14 years of training for me to become a cardiologist. How much of that time was spent on nutrition? 0. I had to learn about nutrition on my own time and out of my own interest. I got plenty of instruction on which patient to put on which drug and at what dose. Specifics around which foods to prescribe, in what doses and at what intervals, never taught. The third issue is how doctors are rated and rewarded. Did you know that doctors are monitored according to whether they prescribe medications? If I don't follow the cholesterol guidelines by prescribing statins, insurers will send letters to me scolding me. If I don't talk to you about the cholesterol-lowering effect of walnuts and oat bran, nobody cares. Physicians even get paid more when a drug is prescribed. A medical encounter that generates a prescription is considered more complex, which qualifies for higher reimbursement. In contrast, if a physician uses some of the very limited time with patients to talk about antioxidants and omega-3 fatty acids, they get nothing more. This is why I created Step 1 Foods, a line of ready-to-eat foods based in science and backed by clinical research. We conducted a trial with Mayo Clinic and the University of Manitoba, world leaders in patient care and nutrition research, testing our foods in statin-intolerant individuals. These were people who are candidates for statin drugs but either can't or won't take the medications due to side effects, such as muscle aches or brain fog. The only instruction to the study participants was, eat these foods twice per day instead of something you're eating already, without making any other lifestyle changes. Literally as simple as take this pill twice per day. The study results, which are peer-reviewed and published, were astonishing. There were many people who had 20, 30, even close to 40% LDL or bad cholesterol reductions. These are medication-level cholesterol reductions in just 30 days with food, not with drugs, and without the need for major dietary overhauls or exercise routines. That makes these foods not just an option for the estimated 20 million Americans who are statin intolerant and have no other solutions, but for millions more who need to lower their cholesterol and want to reduce their dependence on medications or even avoid starting them in the first place. After all, I've yet to meet a patient who wants me to put them on yet another pill. As with medications, not everyone's cholesterol will respond equally to a food intervention, and some people should be on statins even if their cholesterol is perfect. But given that it takes only a month of dietary change to determine whether you're a food responder, doesn't it make sense to at least try a validated food intervention before being assigned to a lifetime of pills? Especially since food doesn't have any side effects, just side benefits, such as lower blood pressure, better blood sugar control, weight loss, and feeling better. Here's the one thing I want every patient to know. If you are someone who keeps being told that medications are your only option, or if you've tried changing diet but have been duped by food marketing tricks, my message to you is don't give up. The most important thing you can do for heart health is to modify what you eat, and even a small change can make an enormous difference. Contact us. We are here to help.